with flying colors. Andrew is a dude that he's really loves his profession. These guys won 2015 Best Alternative Band of the Year.
That's amazing.
He had mentioned that he met Chuck D at the 2015 Ventura Music Awards.
It was that was a fun night. I liked the whole setup of it.
You sound good.
You sound good. I can hear you going well.
Cool. Yeah, man, that whole setup, it was fun. You know, just having everybody together. You know, that whole year was me grouping together my guys. You know, setting up shows so that we could, you know, showcase what we were trying to convey in the recording studio, and you know, meeting my band members, and then at the same time meeting other bands that are trying to do the same thing. It's fun, you know, like getting together and, you know, seeing all of these different genres of different people, even, you know, bringing together these different sounds. And that's the thing I admire about you. Like you're talking about, you know, defense and, you know, offense kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You know, we had a conversation like that when Thomas came in. He was originally a guitarist, but I needed a bass player really badly.
Right.
So I was like, man, you're my wall. You know, like you create this room with that bass, and then you add to it. You know, it's just about building on top of that, and that teamwork kind of effort with Prophets is just something that, you know, really gets people going, because all of the energy with all of you guys together. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I really that's the main reason I like being in a band, and that's why I love playing music. You know, getting together with people and working together in this timing at this moment to make something that you can't see,
right? But
you feel it, you know. You just feel it. It's crazy.
And and you know, and we feel it too when you actually smile and have that enthusiasm, and when you guys actually play. And you know, like I said before, even, you know, before I didn't see you guys in the beginning, but like I said, you know, I already feel you guys, and you know, what you just said is that's the Jimi Hendrix story when he came together with the Experience. It's like the guitar player realized that he had to play bass next to Hendrix, and then that's how the trio started. So they were like, wow, okay, and the three of them just totally just wreaked havoc. Three guys.
Yeah, but the cool thing is, you know, you get all these ideas down. There's no limit. You know, you don't have to stay in one specific area. You know, you explore different things, and you have all these people that kind of juggle around whatever you want to. Like how you said, you jump around. You know, you go in back, then you go in front. You know, it gives variety and color, and that's the cool thing about, you know, Red Light District in general, is that we have all these colors. We have Velveteen, steampunk. That, oh man, I wish I could have gone to that festival. Did you guys see videos of that? That was awesome.
Yeah.
And what they're doing, what Velveteen Band is doing, is they are trying their best to add to this music scene. They saw a missing spot, and they went for it, and I'm so proud of those guys, man.
I think you saw them at the 2015 show too. It was with the big rabbit and the top hats and stuff. It was really awesome. Earlier today, I wanted to say it was really dope that you guys came through. It's always awesome to have reliable artists. But you're not afraid to do cover songs, and I think a lot of times people are like, oh, I can't perform until I have all of my album ready or everything, you know, perfectly edited, and you know, then we can go perform. But you guys are about to release your EP on Halloween, right? Your track, but you're still out performing just to perform, and that's awesome, whether it's your all original music or performing your version of a cover. So it's really dope hearing you guys today.
As a performer in general, you just want the main goal is to make sure that people are having a good time, you know. And you know, something that's familiar is never a bad thing.
Where you guys from again? You guys from
we're
this
here
town?
we're from local. We're all in Camarillo.
What venues do you like to play here?
I had a lot of fun at the Sewer. That was it's like this little dive bar, but you know, you pack that place, it's the feel, the intimacy, and all that stuff. That was a good time.
Have you guys recorded any live performance at a place that's packed like that and still really compressed?
As far as like the recording and setup of it, you know, video wise, you know, just different clips and stuff. But I really want to get down to the idea of planning something out and having everything mic'd up in a way that, you know, you go into the studio and you track, you have everything mic'd up, you have everything leveled. But the idea of that is that you have to get there early, you have to set everything up, and, you know, so that you're not rushing and making sure that everything works properly so that you're able to execute what you're trying to get across, you know.
Right.
But
Well,
that's just music in general.
Well, they got one of those, you know, of course you got the surround mics that, you know, they're a little, you know, pretty inexpensive now.
Yeah, yeah.
That you could strategically place in a small spot, hang it, and then you'll find out that you have a live album that's, you know, 85 to 90%, and you got this unbelievable crowd that you can work with.
Yeah, you capture the experience of the show.
You want to capture everything. What do you guys do on the visual front?
On the visual front, zeroing in on aesthetic as far as, you know, what we really like to portray is just, you know, alternative grunge rock kind of deal. I'm a big Nirvana fan.
Your name sounds really visual. Hologram.
Yeah. Space rock.
Well, here's some advice, man. It's like I tell when people say, well, what can artists do to actually get an edge in front of the other trillion artists that's all going for it? I mean, when I was coming up, we were in the audio-visual age, meaning that everything was about sound. Everything. I mean, everything was about sound, so you didn't see an artist unless you had their album cover, their photo, 8x10. Oh, they're going to appear at some. You had this little photo, whatever. We was strictly in the audio-visual age in the 70s and 80s, and if you happened to see somebody, it was live, or they were big enough to come on one of those performance shows. You know, especially if they were a big act, they end up being on American Bandstand, Hullabaloo, Soul Train, or whatever. The minute MTV came along, which is still ancient, that's when the beginnings of it becoming not audio-visual, but visual audio.
Yeah.
So it was visual audio for a very long time. Today, music is sight, sound, style, and story. Like, what's your story? What's your style? This is your visuals. And we got your sound. And often today, sound is the fourth component with a lot of acts. It's like they don't even concentrate on that a lot, which is, to me, a mistake. They all got to be equally, you know, great to me.
If I had to say anything about his visuals, as far as performing, the first thing I saw was your socks and shoes. So visually, if you want to make it a sock thing, go for it.
What I mean is, I think the emphasis on making your songs, right, has to be somewhere in your camp with the emphasis of making people see your songs. I mean, you know, you've grown up with YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? So when people actually see you, you know, and you know what? And forget about getting a video company. You guys got iPhones?
Yeah.
Everybody got an iPhone. And you can shoot damn well on it.
Yep, exactly.
The whole key in
Good
the future
quality.
for artists is, can you cut? Can you edit? And then can you present the visual side of your audio?
But your audio's got to be there.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
just you can have all the looks and stuff, but if you don't have the sound, then there's no point, you know?
That's your
But
stage one.
There's a thing about, you know, taking all the art, you know, music, visuals, pictures. Like for the album that we're releasing right now, my buddy, he does tattoos, and he posted this little doodle that he did, and I was like, that's perfect. So, you know, like, I want to use that. Oh no, this is just something.
He told you couldn't use it?
No, he didn't say no. He was just like, oh no, man, this is just a doodle. No, man, this is what I want for. You know, stuff can happen by chances too. But when I was in grade school, we had an art teacher, and she would always say this thing. She would be like, "There's no mistakes in art. You know, there's happy accidents. You can always, you know, do something about the situation artistically, but in a way there's beauty in the idea of just the way things happen."
Yeah.
You know? And you have to be in the moment and be conscious of it in order to grasp it and create something or convey something. And being able to do that with other people, you know, as far as like anything. You know, like me and Tim have been friends for like a long time now.
Right.
I remember when we first went into your first studio, and we were kind of like starting
I had
up.
a shitty garage, dude. Like,
On out the
literally-
Iguana, the one that I auditioned
Lane,
for.
Yeah. Like maybe from here to right here, my hands. That's how thick it was, or how wide it was. We had a bunch of 12 dudes in there, like everyone just trying to make a difference in the world, like not even know what we're doing.
Dude, everybody has the potential to contribute artistically, and that's a really big thing that I learned just from hearing you speak is, you know, working with people, you know, in general. Like me and Tim, you know, we've always set up stuff and, you know, played shows, and that's a big thing for me. But, you know, looking at all of these artists that are involved with us right now, and then especially you as like the head, you know, like, kind of like, yeah, you're an inspiration to a lot of us as far as like local talent and stuff, and you know, getting together with people that are creating different kinds of styles and stuff, and taking that as a team effort to be like, this is the place where you want to party, you know, like there's all these kinds of people. You'll fit in with him, you'll make friends with this guy's freaking awesome. Like his
Before
style,
we wrap
you know?
up, I was just going to say,
Talk
before
you,
we wrap up, thank you so much. We have a bass player, a guitar player, another guitar player. Are we missing someone?
Yeah, my brother's at work right now. We also, you know, we have to make the money too.
Yeah, that's real.
No, I didn't know if you had a chance to introduce yourselves as the different bandmates. I know we met Andrew.
I'm Thomas. I'm the bass player. Yeah, and I'm Wesley, guitarist.
Wesley guitar and Thomas bass player. Thank you guys so much for coming out to light it up. I know not everybody was able to make it, but it was a great show. We really, really appreciate you guys.
Let's give them a round of applause.
And we posted and shared all of your footage that we had. So thank you again for everything.